Hi, and welcome to Sheffield Methodist District's evening prayers, the second of our prayer sessions for our new strategy for such a time as this. This evening we'll be focusing our prayers on passionate contextual worship. What do we mean when we say that? Well, the language we've used is about our prayers of worship must always be occasions when congregations expect to encounter the presence of God. And also that lockdown becomes the start of an era of complementary, dispersed and gathered worship. So we're going to pray about the contextual. We'll be praying that people meet God where they are, and that won't be the same, won't be uniform everywhere. We also pray about the passionate, about the completeness and the fullness and the expectancy and the intimacy in our relationship with God in our worship, but also about excellence and about giving the best that we have back to God. But we start our prayers this evening by recognizing that we're not the first people to worship, and we are confident that we won't be the last either. So we're going to invite you to say with me the words of Psalm 96, which we will say together in a moment. An ancient call to worship and an ancient call to contextual worship, a call to inclusive worship, which kind of widened people's understanding of who was called to worship and who God invited and made himself open to. Worship that's grounded in what for the people at the time when it was written was a growing experience and understanding of God, and also a call to exuberant worship. So kind of please join in and we will pray together. Sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord all the earth. Sing to the Lord, praise his name. Proclaim his salvation day after day. Declare his glory among the nations, his marvelous deeds among all peoples. For great is the Lord, and most worthy of praise. He is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Splendor and majesty are before him. Strength and glory are in his sanctuary. Ascribe to the Lord, all ye families of nations. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory due his name. Bring an offering and come into his courts. Worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness. Tremble before him, all the earth. Say among the nations, the Lord reigns. The world is firmly established. It cannot be moved. He will judge the peoples with equity. Let the heavens rejoice. Let the earth be glad. Let the sea resound and all that is in it. Let the fields be jubilant and everything in them. Let all the trees of the forest sing for joy. Let all creation rejoice before the Lord, for he comes. He comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and the peoples in his faithfulness. And so we pray, first of all, for what we hope to see. We lift before God the visions and the hopes and the dreams that he has first given us. And some of the words from our district strategy, we pray that district gatherings will be occasions celebrating God's presence. We pray for large inspirational worship celebrations for adults and also for young people. That circuits will be able to foster cultures that actively anticipate and confidently promote public worship. We pray for sustainable blends of inclusive, contextually relevant, online or remote and gathered worship. And we pray for a growth in people engaging with online and with blended worship. We long to see stories of increased engagement in worship across the congregations and churches that make up our district. And I'd invite you to continue praying for these as we listen to a song kind of performed for us by Matt Beckingham from Doncaster, As We Gather, Father Seal Us. And pray that you use this time to be able to pray for what you would hope to see in the context that you know and understand, and across our district, for what will happen as we look for the next few years as people gather to worship God. And so we'll listen to that, and then you'll kind of pick up hopefully on the next video, and we come back together and we pray.